Hello.
Hi, me again.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while. I think the last time you were on this channel was Glass.
Really? That was
literally over a year ago.
Yeah.
It was a terrible film, and we're back to review another terrible film.
Good evening. I'm Mr. Rooker. Let me officially welcome you to Fantasy Island.
Blumhouse's Fantasy Island. That's how they say it all the time. This is a movie based on a 60s TV show that was like kind of Twilight Zone-ish, but like if Twilight Zone had a baby with the Love Boat.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Very accurate.
I never watched it. I know that Ricardo Montalban was in it and that he had a short man named Tattoo as his little sidekick. And the whole idea behind it was like people come to this island to get their fantasies happen, and then it's like, be careful what you wish for. And that's this movie. Blumhouse turned it into a horror movie. It's directed by Jeff Wadlow, the director of Truth or Dare. And it stars Lucy Hale from Truth or Dare.
Oh, I didn't do that review with you, did I?
No, you didn't.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I saw that movie too.
And it also stars Maggie Q and Michael Pena and Michael Rooker and several other people.
I thought at first when you said Michael Pena, I thought you meant the guy from Big Time Rush, but that's Carlos Pena.
Oh, maybe they're related.
I don't know. I mean, they could be, but I don't want to make assumptions.
This movie was really bad. And full disclosure, I'm not avoiding any spoilers here because don't see this movie.
Yeah, that was bad.
So, I really just want to delve into like everything wrong with this movie, and I can't really think of many things that I liked about it. I will say this. I thought Maggie Q gave a good performance, and I thought Lucy Hale was attractive. That's it. That's all I liked.
I did like the aerial shot at the beginning. That was cool.
It was a pretty location.
Yeah, they have enough money to do a location like that and do all those explosions and stuff. So
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm like not the best at predicting movies, but like I feel like I predicted a lot of that happening and a lot of it.
I predicted a lot of it except for the final twist,
yes,
which I literally couldn't have predicted.
Yeah.
Because it makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, this movie tells the story of like 5 people who win some sort of contest to get flown to Fantasy Island and have all their fantasies come true. And they're all awful people.
I kind of wish that they went more in, like if they had like a 15 to 20 minute introduction of kind of like the people in their separate lives, like, oh, you got this notification. I think that would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better.
It would have given you more background instead of them just getting off the plane.
But then that would mean they wouldn't have to explain every single aspect of their life in great detail to you. Because that's what everybody does throughout this entire movie. This movie is just people explaining things.
Yeah, that's true. I thought it was weird because I thought, in these types of movies, I feel like everyone usually comes together and everyone knows each other.
Well, they apparently did, based on the twist.
Yeah,
but
like,
it made no sense.
But it was very apparent when they first got off the plane that they were
all strangers.
All strangers,
yeah.
And also they kept making comments about the plane ride being loud.
Yeah, I
didn't understand that.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have had Lucy Hale being like, "Well, I'm loud," and I was like, "Oh, damn, girl," but also. Okay. So you got Lucy Hale, who wants to get revenge on a childhood bully. You got tall guy who...
Patrick?
Yeah, him. He wants to, I guess, meet his dad or stop his dad from dying?
No, he wanted to be a hero.
Oh, he wanted to be a hero like his dad.
Yeah.
Okay. These 2 brothers who want to just, like, be ballers, I guess.
They
just want to be rich
want to have a
and
good time. They just came there to have a good time.
And then you have Maggie Q, who's like, I regret not marrying the guy who I was with, and I want a do-over. And her whole thing is like regret. And in all honesty, that's like the only storyline that I kind of fucked with a little bit, because I felt for her. And I didn't feel for anyone else in this movie because they all sucked.
Oh my god, the 2 guys, I want to say JD and Turk, but that's not it.
JD and Turk. JD and Brax, also known as Tattoo, because he becomes the little guy at the end of the movie, kind of. There's a lurch-looking motherfucker who works for Fantasy Island, and his name tag says Milton, and I found that very funny.
The JD and Brax, like I was saying.
Yeah.
they're really fucking annoying. But you're like, you know, they're supposed to be like the goofy comic relief.
Yeah, but they weren't funny.
No,
they were just insufferable.
Really annoying. And then I said, I hope they die.
One of them did.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that.
I'm spoiling everything. I don't care.
But I kind of felt bad when the guy died.
I didn't. I just didn't care. Like I said, I really did not care about anybody in this movie because the whole time I was just like, you're awful. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. Patrick's okay. Lucy Hale ends up being a bad person. Spoilers. Lucy Hale is the bad guy, which makes literally no sense.
So, I don't know, these characters, none of them were particularly too likable.
Not at all.
What's his name? The controller guy?
Oh, Mr. Rourke, Michael Peña's character?
Yes. I feel like there was a second there where they were trying to make us like him, and I was kind of like, I don't like this guy.
I didn't care about him at all, and honestly, like, my thing is, I felt like he was kind of miscast. Because, like, Ricardo Montalban was the original Mr. Rourke, and he has just, like, that man oozes charm. Even in Spy Kids 3D. Michael Peña doesn't have, like, that weird, mysterious vibe. He's just, like, the whole time I'm just like, oh, it's Michael Peña, okay. I loved you in Ant-Man. But, like, he I don't know, like, he doesn't have, like, they're trying to make him threatening throughout most of the movie. And I never once felt threatened by him. And I was just kind of like, he seems cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Rooker's in this movie, yeah. He's just there.
I thought that was really important to mention.
I also don't understand why he was there. Like, I get why he was there, because he's just there to be like, hey,
I'm gonna move the plot along.
He's like, yeah, literally. He's like, I'm gonna explain how this whole island works, and also, I was here because I was hired by the government to find out how this island works. And then he gets stuck on the island, and I also don't really understand, like, why he was there. Like...
What do you mean?
Like, the whole thing was part of Lucy Hale's fantasy game, whatever.
Oh, okay, I see.
So, like, why...
Like, why was he there in the first place?
Yeah, and, like, was the whole point of him being there just because he's like, I'm a government agent who got stuck here. Let me explain the entire plot to you.
Yes, I don't know, this movie's just the hottest mess since The Other Side of the Door.
Right. So... Backtracking. So you have the brothers who want to be rich and, you know, like, have all, like, babes. And...
Babes and bros.
Babes and bros. I just used babes as a gender-neutral term there.
Okay, cool.
They have that, and then their fantasy gets corrupted because some Russian drug lord was the owner of all their cool rich people stuff, and now his mercenaries are coming to kill them.
Mm-hmm. In very silly masks.
And then also, at the same time, you have Patrick, who's now in the 1980s with his father's Vietnam unit, or something.
Yeah.
Was it Vietnam?
It had to be the 80s.
Oh, no, because he got killed in, like, Peru or something.
Argentina?
Maybe. I don't know. The point is, he's
with
his army unit, and they're like, we gotta rescue these civilians being held hostage. And then it turns out the civilians being held hostage are the brothers.
And all the people... Oh, yeah, there was a panic room.
Yeah, and then you have...
Save the people from.
Maggie Q's character, who's like, I want another chance with this man. And then she, like, has, like, a whole life with him in her fantasy, and, like, they have a daughter. And then she, for no real reason, decides to give it up. Like, I didn't understand the logic behind that. Like, okay. I get it on a level of, like, this isn't my real life. This isn't fair.
No, because... like, she still didn't think she deserved it even after she got it. And she's like, the only way I'm going to redeem myself
is if I save the dude. From the fire. Right. Yeah,
so actors are great.
So she's like, I let this dude die in a fire. I'm going to go and save him. I want a do-over for my fantasy. So she does that, and then she goes to save him and still can't save him. And then you find out that all the people on the island with her were connected to that dude she couldn't save because Patrick was a cop who wouldn't go into the building to save him, and the two brothers were his roommates, and Lucy Hale was his girlfriend, maybe. And Lucy Hale's character is revealed to be the orchestrator of this whole thing because she's mad at them for all having a part in his death. And her high school bully's there at the same time, even though she has no connection to any of this other than the fact that she was a bully. So, several things. One, Lucy Hale went through this whole thing to make them all die. Cool. Great. Why is there no single allusion to that or hint at that for the entire film? Lucy Hale's crazy, and she's like, I'm gonna kill everybody because that's my fantasy. But why is she, like, playing the part of, like, an innocent person when she's in the room, like, torturing her school bully when there's nobody in the room with her? Who is she playing the part for? Why is she acting surprised by what's happening to this girl when no one can see her?
And she had planned to kill everyone anyway.
And this was all part of her plan. Like, she knew the island was magical. She knew all this shit. So why...
I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. There's a lot of loopholes in this.
That is a plot. That's
a big plot hole.
I'm somebody who calls out people who use plot hole incorrectly because a lot of people will just use it to describe things they didn't like in a movie. That is a plot hole. There is no reason at all for her to be acting this way. And she is, and it doesn't make any sense.
What was the part that I really started laughing?
I laughed at several points because none of it made sense. And it was all dumb. And the part when I fucking lost my shit was, like, when the second version of the bully, like, crawled off the ceiling and did, like, the weird bone cracky thing. And I was like, why? Why was there even a double of her?
They had, like, a bunch of those, like, zombie people coming with the movie. And I get that they were, like, part of, like, the island, but yeah. I don't think they were necessary at all.
They weren't. They just needed...
when they were going through the cave and, like, the faces kept popping up, but, like, and then they turned around and nothing was
What
there.
It felt like to me was, like, they had a movie that was just, like, Fantasy Island, and then they were like, there's not enough horror in here. We need to throw in more stupid bullshit. Yeah. And it's clear that they didn't really know what the fuck they wanted this movie to be, because there are several points when it'll cut from, like, a scene that's supposed to be really intense to a scene that is just, like, people at a party.
Yeah. To
a scene of, like, Maggie Q chilling on a beach with her husband, and it's, like, so tonally jarring, and it makes no sense. And this movie makes no sense. And it was dumb and bad, and I hated it.
It's just the fact that I was checking my phone a lot was kind of telling. I'm not gonna lie.
The movie was so convoluted, though. Like, I don't blame you for being confused, because nothing made sense.
At least, the last Blumhouse picture we saw, Truth or Dare.
Yes.
At least that sort of made sense.
It was dumb, but it was fun dumb.
Yeah,
this wasn't fun dumb. This was just not. Dumb. Like, I didn't like it.
Comparing apples to oranges, but I mean, it's the same company.
Well, same company, same director, same actor. It's all the same, and it's bad. Not like the whole last half hour of this movie is them just shoving a whole bunch of plot points into the movie to see what sticks, and it all feels really rushed and really convoluted. And the whole time I was just sitting there, I'm like, what? Lucy Hale being the villain.
I thought that was cool. It was a cool twist.
It was a cool twist in that I couldn't predict it. But again, like I said, I couldn't predict a T-Rex bursting out of the island and eating them. That wouldn't make it a good twist.
Oh yeah, this was like Dark Jumanji. That's what I kept saying. Right? It was like, there was just so many things. It was just so wild. I feel like the trailer was kind of misleading.
It was, and I will say here, I'll boil my positives down to this. It was a pretty movie. That's it.
I don't know. Maybe if they did make it low budget, it might have been funnier.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe if they had, like, leaned into some specific tone.
If they didn't take themselves too serious.
Oh, it was so overly serious, and it was just a pain. It was awful. I hated it. So, the Asian kid, whose brother died, decides to stay on the island in order to bring his brother back to life, and becomes, like, Mr. Rourke's assistant. And then you find out that his nickname in college was Tattoo, because he has a tattoo on his chest that says tattoo. And then you go, and people who watched the show in the 60s go, oh! And no one else cares.
Yeah, I didn't catch it at all. I just thought it was stupid.
Hey, what would you rate this movie?
I would say it's, what's above Dumpster Fire, I guess?
Soulless?
Oh no, it's definitely Dumpster
Fire.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, Fantasy Island's a garbage fire. It's really dumb and stupid, and...
Don't waste your money.
Don't waste your money. Just watch this video.
It'll be on Netflix, probably.
Our thoughts here are all over the place, but
yeah, sorry.
So is the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
it's fair.
If there was like one specific plot and not 10 different things going on, and then 10 more things being added on to the last part of the movie, I'm sure this would be a lot less confusing for you, but now you know how we felt watching it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you want to see people bumble around a cave for 20 minutes trying to throw a grenade in a fountain, go see it, I guess.
Sorry this was all over the place.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, honestly, I don't think there was any concise way to review this movie. Anyway.
We tried.
Did our best. Hey, thanks for watching, guys.
Did we rate it out of 10?
No, I never do that.
Oh, you don't do that?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Click the thing down there, like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell so you get notified when I upload. There's a Patreon link down in the description.
Ooh,
Click it.
You got a Patreon?
I have a Patreon,
Wow.
yeah. Click it.
You should...
Be like all these cool people.
You have a Patreon?
I have a Patreon.
Oh my god.
Click, be like these cool people. Donate money to me. I would appreciate it. You can get some cool stuff.
Like what?
Exclusive content. Exclusive access to my private Discord server. Special gifts sent right to your door every month.
Wow.
If any of that interests you...
That's pretty cool.
Thanks. If any of that interests you, please consider donating. Even $1 would help. I would appreciate it. Would you appreciate it?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, thanks.
But only if you tell Lee that I should come back for more videos.
Yeah, tell me that. Thanks, guys.
I'm your friend.
I've always wanted to hear you say that.